Morning, guys. Welcome back to the homestead. Today I just got back from a doctor's appointment over in McAllister, and we have a new addition to the homestead, and I wanted to talk about that this morning, show you guys, and just kind of I guess a brief update on the projects that I had going on here on the homestead. And I shot that video about the projects. It's been about a month or so ago. It's been a while, and we had dozer work going on with some of the projects. Dozer work is complete for now for what we had going on then, and JB will be coming back and doing some more dozer work, but we may end up waiting on until next springtime to do any more dozer work, just because the holidays is coming up. Almost all of our birthdays are in November and December. Like I said, all the holidays are coming up as well. It's that time of year again, guys, that season. So I guess you could say the money spending is kind of slowing down just a little bit. Anyway, the dozer work, the deck is not 100% complete. It is, I'll show you guys in just a minute. It is almost complete. The deck project has like evolved into like every time I do a little bit more, I have a better idea, or I think, well, hey, let's do this differently or something. So it's evolved as it's progressed at the same time. Anyway, like I said, I'll show you that, guys, in a minute. We had the cattle guard to put in, and it is put in. It's not completely finished because I actually went and got another board, and I'll explain that right now. Basically, you put a cattle guard in. You typically want to set the cattle guard on top of the ground and then build your road up to the cattle guard. That way you don't dig a hole. This is what I did. I dig a hole and I set the cattle guard down into it, and I have to create a drain so the hole doesn't fill up with water. We live on a hillside, therefore it doesn't hold water for an extended amount of time. I'm not worried about it. Main thing is I wanted to keep the cows out of the yard and keep them from stepping on Macy and Maylee's watermelon patch, which they did a couple times. So that was the main goal of that cattle guard. Now the cattle guard down on the county road, coming up the driveway in the beginning of the driveway, that I ended up putting a drain to because it would hold water. It's fairly flat. Call it flat land, if you will. Flat land down there in the bottom. So I did end up putting a drain. I just took some cheap, I think it was 3 or 4 inch sewer line, and I plugged it in. While I had the excavator rented, I went ahead and dug a trench and threw the drain line in the ground and just drained it on out into the lower part of the pasture as it comes off. Excuse me. Down the west side of the driveway. So anyway, guys, the cattle guard is in. We're obviously driving over it, using it, but I do need to install a 2x6, and the reason I need to install a 2x6 is basically the cattle guard that I bought, it was off of another farmer, my uncle, right down the road, and my aunt and uncle, Melissa and David, just right down the road from us. They live a couple miles down the road from us. They go to a lot of auctions and stuff, and he had a cattle guard out in the pasture that he was going to use but decided not to use it, so he sold it to me pretty cheap. So guys, basically when I say I've put 2 cattle guards in there, I've bought these 2 cattle guards that I've put in for less than the price of 1 brand new cattle guard. I saved a lot of money by doing that, and I have 2 cattle guards, guys. So anyway, the cattle guards that I've bought, both of them, did not have skirting on the front and the back, whichever way you want to look at it. the long sides of the cattle guard. So when you push your dirt up against it, the dirt doesn't just fall in, push down into excuse me, the hole. So anyway, check out that big bird, guys. So anyway, the dirt doesn't fall down into the hole, and then you have a huge trench basically to drive up on there. So anyway, I put a board in front of that, and that holds the dirt back and enables it us to drive over it relatively smoothly. It works out great. That's just the way that I do it. Is it the proper way to do it? Probably not. There's probably a scientific reason to build it the way that you're supposed to build it. And I think I may have said that was to help with drainage issues, but the way that I did it works just fine. Our cows ain't in our yard anymore, so good on that one. I don't remember. Oh, the deer feeder was the other project. So the deer feeder, I'm going to end up putting the deer feeder right back here, right beyond this tree, about 50 to 75 yards out in the pasture back there. There's another tree. That's where I'm going to set my deer feeder at, and basically be able to hunt, or I say hunt, shoot. I'm going to be able to shoot off of the back deck, guys. I'm going to be able to shoot off the back deck to right out here, 50 to 75 yards on the other side of the fence line, right there where that tree is. 50 to 75 yards on the other side of it. And that's where I'm going to put a deer feeder. There's a tree right there I can attach my camera to, so I can keep track of what's coming and going. Making sure the raccoons, or the trash pandas, as I've seen a lot of people calling them on other YouTube channels and stuff like that when they comment. Keep them from getting in there. I have some live traps that I could catch the coons if they keep on getting in and just basically tearing it up in the evenings. Anyway, guys, that project is not finished at all, because the little brains of the operation in my deer feeder that I bought, the cows knocked it over, the whole feeder over, when it was down on the lower side of the place on the pipeline. And I had thought that it broke something in the circuit board in there. I pulled the fuses out, I checked it. I did not check them with an ohm meter or a volt meter, whatever you want to call them. I didn't do that. I should have. I went and bought a brand new little motherboard, if you will, brains of the operation, and I went and plugged it in. Then I started messing with the old one that I thought was broke. I thought it was broke. It was not broke. That fuse that I pulled out, and when I looked at it, it didn't have any burnt spots. It didn't have any, kind of like if a light bulb goes out, it'll leave a little black mark on the inside of the light bulb, and you can tell that it's broke, or you can shake it and you can hear something there jiggling around the little, whatever it's called inside of a light bulb. You know it's burnt up. Well, that fuse did not have any of that, therefore I thought the fuse was good. I took it all apart, had the brand new thing in there, and was jacking with the old one, and guess what? The fuse was bad. That's all that was wrong with that dude. I guess when it knocked it over, it busted the little, the fuse part, the inside of the fuse. It broke that, and it was not getting a good connection. So basically what I've done, and it's inside, and I kind of planned to have that in my pocket, but I haven't went in since I've got from my doctor's appointment. But basically what I've done is I've wrapped that fuse. It's a tubular fuse. It looks like a little tube. I forget what they call those kind of fuses, but it's not the traditional one, has the two little prongs on it, plastic, little square plastic ones. It's not that kind. It's the round, long ones. About the size of a cigarette maybe, but they're only an inch long or so. Anyway, what I've done, I've wrapped that in aluminum foil, and it'll work that way. Now, if I was doing something in my car or in any other type of electronics, I would not do that, because that could potentially start a fire. But in this deer feeder, it's going to be totally fine. It'll be absolutely fine, no matter what. Anyway, guys, I've got the solar battery charger hooked up to the deer feeder, and this evening I'm going to get my deer feeder out. It is October 7th, I believe, 6th or 7th, maybe 8th, I don't remember. But anyway, November, around Turkey Day, Thanksgiving, is rifle season, and I want to be able to get the deer in before then. I'm already seeing several does and stuff back here. I may have seen a buck crossing back over in that way. The doe are here, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that the bucks are here as well, or a buck is back there as well. I haven't had my cameras out. I've intended to do that weeks ago, guys. I just haven't. I've had too many projects going on, guys, basically. Anyway, we're going on 10 minutes. Y'all are tired of hearing me ramble, I'm sure. So anyway, guys, let's show you guys the deck. This is basically the deck. I have the decking down, the floor part of it. I have one sheet of roofing on it, sheet iron on it. And the reason I don't have more roofing on it is because I had to go back to the hardware store and pick up the purlins, the 1x4s. So today, hopefully, I will get the purlins on the other side over there, and I will continue to put the sheeting up. Now, guys, this is a 16x16 deck, and I had to buy 18-foot pieces of sheet metal. I'm going to put gutters on it eventually, so that's okay. I didn't want to buy 16-foot pieces of sheet metal, and it would be right on the edge. So I'm going to cut that about an inch to inch and a half from the board up there. From the deck, I guess I don't know what that's called. I guess a rafter maybe. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it about an inch and a half from that, and I'm gonna eventually put guttering on it, so it doesn't drain right down here into my sewage tank, or septic tank. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for the updates. I know that's a lot of rambling. I probably lost a lot of you guys like at 5 minutes, but thanks for staying around, guys. If you did, I appreciate it. I wanted to show you guys some more. That'll have to be another video. I only do about 12 minute videos on my phone. That's pretty much it, guys. Oh, I didn't show y'all the addition. Check it out. Meet Charlie. This is Charlie. Thank you, DJ and Brandy and Zara, Maxie from Tallahassee. They brought us a little female potbelly pig. Her name is Charlie. Isn't she a cutie? Hey, Charlie. Hey, girl. She's got a piece of thread from a feed bag on top of her head. Hi, Charlie. Say hi. Say hi. Guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, as always. Subscribe, share, like. Share it on your social media, guys. I put this stuff on Facebook. We have a Facebook page at hamptons.hillside on Facebook, guys. Go over there, like our page, guys. I post my videos on Facebook, so people who don't have a YouTube account or don't say they don't know how to get into YouTube, they can just click on the link on Facebook. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.